Oh, good. There is my snack. Let's just wait until we're out of the road.
Poor blood doll that doesn't know she's a blood doll.
Oh, she'll like it.
Seriously, this woman,
I'm sure she's used to it by now.
She has some kind of fetish. She's probably a blood doll who doesn't know enough to know that there are places she can just hang out and meet vampires who would be willing to drink her without her walking down strange dark alleyways.
It seems like this is a perfectly, workable relationship she's got going.
Now get the chalice.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
And then you might want to take another snack if you can find one for more blood points.
Having the chalice there would have been a good, because it almost certainly would have been full, and then he could have drunk a nice 10 blood points of chaliceness.
So does the chalice work by recharging when you kill someone or something?
Yeah, I don't think it's a 1-for-1 ratio,
Yes.
but every certain number of kills it gains a blood point.
This is genuine and of use to me. There is something resonating
Up
from
to a
it.
maximum of 10.
A whisper. I will give you this in trade. It is known as the... Yes.
It's a very useful item for our purposes.
Oh yeah, why do you think that Strauss is lower than 8th generation?
He doesn't seem that powerful.
Didn't you complain that you couldn't kill him?
You can't kill him. Actually, you know what you should do right now, Exetera?
What?
You should go talk to Strauss.
I didn't accept the gargoyle quest yet.
Oh, okay.
I'll get to that later, but I've had a bad time the last few times I've done that, and these were on characters that had no problem with the Ash Sewer quest. So I'm thinking it's going to be a bad idea until I've got some more experience.
You can talk the gargoyle. I mean, obviously, this character probably doesn't want to take that answer, but you can talk him down.
So what are we gonna do now?
Oh, what is... Krellen, do you happen to know what the deal is with this shooting puff of smoke?
I do not.
It could be clouds.
Clouds don't move quite that way.
When's it ever stop the game designer?
I mean, okay, so, like, the only thing in the sky I know that we should be able to see, and I don't know if we ever can in this game, there should be a big bright red star up there somewhere.
And instead there are clouds.
Why is there a big bright red star?
It's one of the end of the world things that happened in the World of Darkness in the end days. The vampires called it Wormwood.
Hey, you slick.
And it was supposed to be one of the precursors of Gehenna.
I'm the proprietor of this here establishment. Yeah.
Whenever I think of Gehenna, I think of that sword I got in New Vegas from the Gunrunner's Arsenal.
All right, listen. I'll tell you a little bit, but if anyone comes asking, you never heard it from me. Forget it, man. Okay. Look, all I know is that a guy calls on the payphone down the street every once in a while.
Okay.
He'll say something like, the moon is...
Like, the way he delivers that line makes a lot of sense if you are a female character who uses the seduction option to get him to talk here. But all of the other options
and then all you have
just
to say is,
seem
walks
so
the
off.
night with demons of dread.
Are you implying this game
Supposedly
has
you'll be
bad
told where
voice
to meet the
acting?
guy to pick up product.
I am implying that
I
it
don't
has
know for
insufficient
sure.
voice acting.
Also,
I've
keep
tried.
an eye on his
Scared
eye.
the shit out of me.
Look at it. Look at the eye.
The one on the left?
The one that's clipping through the eyelid.
Yeah.
Hey, wait. Look, you might as well know this.
Well, he makes
Word
facial
on the street
expressions
is
that
they
I'm
didn't
not
even
sure the
make
source
video.
engine was
They're
designed
just
to make.
distributing it. No one even knows where it comes from. I'm telling you, man. Whatever you're in, get out of it now.
It's a bit of a shame this game didn't do as well as it did, as it could have done. Because it is a pretty good game from what I can see. I didn't buy it on Steam because it wasn't cheap enough, but...
It's a very good game.
So are we gonna, since we're here, are we gonna do the...
Yeah, we're gonna do that quest.
Does it involve killing someone?
Seriously?
It involves killing one person, but it involves not killing 3 people.
Boo! Are you sure we can't kill the 4 people?
If we want to do this in a way to antagonize Vivi, we can kill all 4 of them if we want to.
Do we care about Vivi? Do you care about Vivi, I should say? Sinner.
Well, it's called the Sin Bin, so...
So what Exetera is doing right now is he's trying to get the peep show customers to leave, because that's when the girls open up the door and start seeing private customers. And he's just locked down 2 of the windows, but one of them is malfunctioning and will not lock down.
So, theoretically, if we had superhuman vampire strength, can we just go in there and shut it down ourselves? Shut it ourselves? Theoretically, I'm saying.
Okay, yeah, it looks like there's still a guy at that one.
We could feed on him.
Would that work for quest purposes?
No.
Yeah, I figured also she'd probably...
What you are doing is the only way to get past this quest-wise.
So what I am doing is I am stealing the change out of the change machine, which means that he is eventually going to have to stop feeding the window.
That's clever.
Incidentally, do you have to lock the windows down if you swipe the change?
Yeah, apparently the other guy has like an endless pocket of change and never has to go get new change.
Well, I'm sure a quarter roll will last him plenty of time.
I choose to believe that he has a wallet that goes into a vacuum space filled with nothing but quarters. It'll last for years.
Okay, I thought they were supposed to open that door. Why
You
did I
have
frenzy?
Because you're out of blood.
Well, it helped me get the lock picked anyways.
How did that?
Yeah, and actually, I think if you spend a little bit of money here, you should be able to refill your blood right here too.
Does this guy know about vampires?
Proprietor? No.
But
But the hunter, yes, obviously.
you're gonna fail the quest if you do that.
No, I'm not.
Chastity. What a lovely name. You're gonna die, son. You need more blood.
I love how she doesn't mind you holding a bloody axe in front of her, but whatever. Can I feed
Probably
on this
could
girl?
feed on her.
Yeah, but if you don't pay her, you probably will screw something up.
You can pay her to let her feed on you? I mean, to feed on her?
That's pretty much how prostitutes work with vampires. You pay them, you go off and do your sexy thing, and the sexy thing you do with them is bite them.
That's not really all that sexy.
Well, I guess if you're a vampire and thus the blood is sexually gratifying, then yeah, I guess it would be.
I'm surprised that the prostitutes are that understanding, though. Let's turn that quest in.
Personally, I am too.
Once the fangs are in their neck is when it kicks in.
Look who's... My friend's got...
About that hunter.
If we'd
That
never
hunter's
taken the
dead.
paths we did in life,
Well,
could we have grown fond of each other?
So, with Vivi, you'll notice that he tried to call her Vivi and she said, don't do that. That's how you can kind of gauge how she feels about you, what she lets you call her. Her default is she allows normal vampires to call her Velvet, ones she really likes to call her Vivi, and ones who have pissed her off to call her Miss Valor. Nosferatu default to Miss Valor.
Well, you could give her some sort of random name like Susan.
Yeah, great. I don't think you pulled that name out by random. I think you've been reading spoilers.
No, I'm reading TV tropes.
Those are spoilers.
spoiled.
But yeah, actually, I did.
Oh, I
want
have
to
gotten
talk
this in a
about
non-spoiler way. I've actually played a Malkavian through this, so yeah.
Yeah, I did want to talk about Susan. It is one of the few cases where Malkavians have an absolutely 100%
Why?
unique dialogue option that is not at all available to anybody else. When you start asking Vivi about herself, one of the things a Malkavian can do is
Mango.
ask her why. You can say,
Poor
"Why do you hide your behind a face, Susan?" And she's like, "Don't call me that. She's dead. I am Velvet, not Susan."
David Hatter's an
It's one of the few times
screenwriter and
Malkavians get
hotel manager.
a dialogue option
It
that's
comes in
not
more
a
often than
changed
he would
dialogue
admit.
option, but a new
Several
dialogue
years
option.
now. Poor dear just can't. It was about...
Well, yeah, I was reading the Valve Protocol TV tropes page
No.
just for fun, and
It's
then I
about
saw that it
kindred.
was spiritual
The details
successor
of
to
his story are
vampires,
too
and
insightful
then linked
to be
that page, and
coincidental. I think someone's
you know how
working
TV
with
tropes
David.
works.
A kindred who doesn't realize the consequences of their actions. Do you know what the penalty for revealing ourselves to Kine is? Death. I'm afraid
Same penalty
poor
for
David's big
violating
plan.
every
The
other
screenplay he's worked
vampire
so hard
rule.
on must be destroyed, and his less than silent partner
Yeah, why do
must
you
be
think the
Yeah.
game takes such a dim view of the Masquerade,
executed.
though?
I know David too well. I'm very fond of David.
Like, I don't
and I'm
get
too
why
close to do what
Masquerade
needs to be done.
enforcement still gets you the humanities ding. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, that's because you're still doing awful things in the service of the
I
Masquerade.
don't think
It
Hannah
is
knows
seriously
that.
actually the central theme
You'll have
of
to
the
take David's
whole
screenplay.
game.
And somehow you'll have to coax the name of his source. out
Why?
of it.
It
Once
Balancing
you
your
found out,
humanity against the survival of the vampires. I mean,
But
that
do
is
not
the whole
touch
point of
David.
the whole Vampire the Masquerade game, is balancing the fact that you are a monster that has to do these inhuman things against
the Masquerade isn't
holding
just
onto
for
humanity.
your protection, it's for everyone's protection. A war would benefit no one at all.
No, a war would probably benefit the humans pretty much entirely. They'd kill off the vampires fairly quickly, with relatively few casualties, and then they'd have a world where they weren't being constantly manipulated by vampires.
David's such an endearing.
That
It
is
is-
true.
It is not implied, it is outright stated that a large
David
portion
works
of the
at the Lucky Star
crapsack
Motel.
nature of the world of
He's very
darkness is
passionate
because the
about his
supernatural
writing.
creatures
He loves
want
to
the
talk
world
about
to
his
be
craft.
that way,
I'm
because
sure
it
he'll
benefits
talk about
them.
his screenplay. It may take some persuasion to get him to give up.
That's kind of sad, actually.
After this is over, I promise.
I mean, there's a fair portion of humans are still monsters also within it, but the world would not suck nearly as much as it does without the monsters.
So, what is our current objective again? I kind of missed it.
Current objective, we've got two things. One, the side quest we just took is an aspiring screenplay writer has accidentally stumbled upon a vampire, so kill the vampire, destroy the screenplay, and hope that he doesn't have, I don't know, a backup copy or a half-decent memory or whatever. Or we could go and do the main plot line, which we've gotten a little bit on. I'm gonna go with the main plot line. I don't feel
We
like
can do a
doing...
bit at a time, do a little of the main plot line, then come back and do side quests.
Wait, so we're gonna do we're gonna skip the not combat side quest to see you do some more combat?
Yes, I want to see him fail at combat again.
All right, if you say so.